Do you know what your cat is actually trying to say when it bites you softly? Because most cat owners completely misunderstand this. And the truth is, some of those tiny bites are signs of love, while others are warnings. And if you ignore the difference, you could slowly damage the trust between you and your cat without even realizing it. What looks cute on the surface might actually be your cat trying to communicate something important. Because cats don't speak like humans. They speak through behavior, through tiny signals, through moments most people never notice. And one of the biggest signals of all is the soft bite. But here's the strange part. Your cat doesn't always bite for the same reason. Sometimes it means affection, sometimes overstimulation, sometimes stress, and sometimes it's connected to instincts that go back thousands of years. So if your cat has ever gently bitten your hand, your arm, your face, or even your hair, there's a very specific reason behind it. And once you understand it, you'll never look at your cat the same way again. Because the final reason surprises almost everyone. The first reason is something most people call the love bite. In the wild, cats groom the creatures they trust. Other cats, family members, and their kittens. Grooming is bonding. It means comfort, safety, and connection. So when your cat licks you and then suddenly gives a tiny soft bite, it's often part of that same behavior. They're treating you like family, not just a human, but part of their group. And that's actually a huge deal for a cat because cats don't trust easily. Unlike dogs, cats are very careful with affection. They observe you, test you, and watch your behavior for weeks or even months before fully trusting you. So when a cat softly bites during cuddling or grooming, it can actually mean, I feel safe with you. But here's where many people make a mistake. The moment the cat bites, they panic, pull away, or even punish the cat. And suddenly the cat becomes confused because from their perspective, they were bonding with you and not attacking you. Over time, that misunderstanding can slowly weaken trust between you and your cat. But not every soft bite is affectionate. Sometimes your cat is warning you before things get worse. Have you ever been petting your cat while everything feels calm? They're purring, relaxed, and happy, and then suddenly they give you a tiny bite, maybe followed by a tail flick or flattened ears. That's not random. That's overstimulation. Cats are extremely sensitive to touch, much more than humans realize. What feels relaxing at first can quickly become irritating for them, especially around the belly, lower back, or tail. Even repetitive petting for too long can overwhelm their nervous system. But instead of instantly attacking, many cats give a soft warning bite first. It's basically their way of saying, okay, that's enough. And honestly, that tiny bite is actually your cat trying to avoid hurting you because they could bite much harder if they wanted to. This is their polite version, their controlled version. But the scary part is that most people ignore the warning. They keep petting the cat, laugh it off, and eventually the cat learns that soft signals don't work. So next time, the bite becomes harder. This is why understanding your cat's body language matters so much because cats communicate long before aggression happens. You just have to notice the signs. The tail twitching, the skin rippling, the sudden stare, or the pause in purring. Another reason cats softly bite is connected to something much deeper, their hunting instincts. Even the sweetest house cat still has predator instincts hidden inside them. That fluffy little creature sleeping on your couch is still a tiny hunter at heart. Their brain never forgets it. This is why cats stalk moving feet, attack blankets, and pounce on strings. And yes, sometimes softly bite your hands during play, because when cats play, they're practicing hunting. The grabbing, chasing, and biting are all instinctive behaviors. Kittens learn bite control by playing and fighting with their siblings. One kitten bites too hard, the other cries out, and that's how they learn limits. But when humans use their hands as toys, things become confusing. The cat starts associating your fingers with prey. It may seem harmless at first, especially when they're tiny kittens, but over time the habit grows stronger. Eventually, the cat no longer understands the difference between play and human skin. That's why experts recommend using toys instead of hands during playtime. Your cat isn't trying to be mean. They're simply following instincts that are thousands of years old. Sometimes, though, the soft biting has nothing to do with affection or play. Sometimes it's caused by stress. Cats are creatures of routine. They love familiar smells, familiar sounds, and familiar spaces. So when something changes, even something small, it can deeply affect them. A new pet, a new apartment, loud noises, guests, or even a different work schedule can create anxiety in cats. Things humans barely notice can feel overwhelming to them. And stressed cats often communicate physically. Some hide, some stop eating, some become clingy, and others start softly biting more often, not out of aggression, but out of emotional overload. Humans talk when stressed, but cats can't. So behavior becomes their language. Sometimes the soft bite is simply a release of tension, especially if it's followed by restless behavior like excessive grooming, tail swishing, wide pupils, or sudden energy bursts. Your cat may actually be anxious. Unfortunately, many owners misunderstand this and assume the cat is bad or moody, when in reality the cat may simply feel unsafe. And then there's one reason that surprises people the most. Sometimes your cat softly bites you simply because it wants your attention. Cats may seem independent, but they form strong emotional bonds with humans. They recognize your voice, your routines, and even your moods. Some cats wait near the door before you come home, and when they feel ignored, they react in subtle ways. A soft bite while you're working, scrolling on your phone, or focusing on something else can actually mean, "Notice me." Your cat has learned what gets a response. Meowing may not work. Staring may not work. But one tiny bite instantly grabs your attention. And behavior that gets rewarded usually repeats, especially with intelligent cats. That's why some cats softly bite right before feeding time or during certain routines. They've connected the behavior with a result. But underneath that behavior is something emotional: connection. Despite the stereotypes, many cats deeply crave interaction with the humans they trust. And finally, there's the deepest reason of all. Your cat may actually see you as family. For years, people believed cats were cold and only cared about food or comfort. But modern research tells a very different story. Cats form real emotional attachment bonds. Many experts believe cats see trusted humans similarly to how kittens see their mothers: safe, protective, and familiar. This explains something fascinating. Adult cats rarely meow at each other. Most meowing is actually reserved for humans. That means cats literally developed special communication specifically for us. Think about that for a second. Over thousands of years, cats adapted their behavior to bond with humans. And soft biting may be part of that communication, especially when paired with licking, head bumps, slow blinking, or cuddling. Your cat may genuinely be expressing affection in the only language it knows. Not human love, cat love. And cat love is quiet. It's subtle. A slow blink from across the room, sleeping beside you, following you silently, or giving you one tiny soft bite before curling up next to you. These things may seem small to humans, but in the feline world, they mean trust. And trust is everything to a cat. So the next time your cat softly bites you, don't immediately assume it's aggression. Don't just ask, "Why did my cat do that?" Ask yourself something deeper. What is my cat trying to tell me? Because maybe your cat has been communicating with you this whole time, and you simply didn't understand the language yet.